Previously on The Adventure Zone, Argo. Almost as soon as you close your eyes, Gray stands before you. I know the effect of my hell when I see it. Fitzroy, your map of where Gray is, reads as him standing at Argonaut's bed. Crabtree the Artificer stops you in the hallway and says, "Finish up those glasses you had me working on, Fitzroy, and got a few more surprises for you that I think you're gonna like." This one's for you, Fitzroy, the Ring of Truth. For you, Argo, I call this the eavesdrop ring. You place your ringed hand against a wall, you'll hear just as if you are standing in the next room. Fearbolg, you get the tangled web. Argo, make a wisdom saving roll for me. The fact that the Fearbolg is getting something and you're not makes your blood boil. My name is Ozymandias. Why did Gray set the timetable of 6 months?
What if this is how much time he needs?
Indeed, Master Fearbolg. Fitzroy, Argo, and Fearbolg, the three of you stand on the precipice of the Godscar Chasm. The depths are obscured by a swirling mist. You peer deeper, and your vision begins to pierce the haze, but Argo, your vision goes fuzzy, and you feel yourself start to sway. You're able to grab Fitz's shoulder for balance, but something is wrong. You look down and realize that your other hand is grasping the hilt of Florence, the blade thrust fully through Fitzroy's ribs. He turns, his face confused. There's a trickle of blood from the corner of his mouth. His body crumples, and he falls back into the chasm, lost in the swirling darkness. And then, you wake up. Argo, your eyes slam open. In the space between breaths, you can't remember what was dream and what is real.
Okay, so he looks down on the floor, which is where the Fearbolg sleeps, right?
And he is gone.
Okay. He puts on his eavesdropping ring and puts his hand on the door to Fitzroy's room just to hear if there's any sounds of, like, snoring. He's listening for snoring.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay, 12 plus 3, 15.
You don't hear anything. The room is pretty silent.
Okay, I open the door just a crack.
What are you doing? I'm naked. No, I'm just...
No, the room is empty. With that perception check, you also see on the counter is a note. It's written in Fitzroy's hand, which is now pretty familiar to you, and reads, "Argo, I tried to wake you, but I guess you needed sleep. Fearbolg and I are out. Be back soon. Prep whatever you need for a climbing adventure." Fitzroy, you have been called to check in with Festo.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
It's been some time since you had a sit down.
It has been. I walk in just fucking shooting sparks out of my fingers like, look, what I learned to do. I said levitate. Woo, 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 woo. Chromatic orb. Blow. Thunderstep. Pow. Invisibility again. Bam. Did you see? So yeah, Festo got a big field trip coming up, and I'm sort of a bit nervous about it because it's gonna sort of bring me face to face with some powerful stuff.
But your magic is so powerful now.
For sure, I'm like super good at it now, but what I'm going to encounter on this field trip is going to be the source of my magic, and as far as I can tell, it is a sort of malevolent, otherworldly, extra-dimensional entity, and I don't know that they have my best interest at heart.
Oh, let me examine Snippers. They come over and they take a long, hard look at Snippers, and they say, "Have you recently come in contact with powerful necromantic energy?"
Oh, yes. Yes, I met Rainier's dad, who has just super necromancy.
The Lich King!
Yeah, he's super nice, actually. Makes a killer scone.
Fitzroy, when you met Rainier's dad, was it at the crypt?
It was.
Were you able to use your magic?
Kinda, yeah.
The crypt is notoriously impervious to magic. If your source of magic is external, you should not have been able to access it.
Okay, so you're saying that chaos is not the wellspring air flowing? What are you telling me, Festo?
I do not know.
Well, I'm still gonna do this field trip. If they cut me off, I'll still sort of have a little bit of juice left in the tank for the big old war.
Let Festo make a suggestion.
Yeah.
Don't piss them off.
Yeah, Festo. That's, good.
I mean,
good
you say that, but you have a habit of pissing people off.
Well, you want to cast like a magic spell on me so that makes me, if I fall, I don't die?
Do you want, like, Featherfall?
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I don't know that one.
Here. And they flit over, and they pull out a golden eagle's feather.
Hurl myself out the window of the room. I really do hurl myself out the window and tap myself with the golden feather on the way down.
That's not how it works.
Dad in the show.
It does work, but unfortunately, it only had one charge.
Oh. Can you toss some... Festo!
Yes?
Festo!
Yes?
Can you toss another one down?
No, you have to come up and get it.
All right. I'm going to take the stairs. Can
Okay.
you stay there for like 10 minutes?
You better hurry. I have an appointment.
Oh my God. Okay.
You sprint up the stairs 2 at a time.
I'm still very tired. Feather, please.
Oh, I don't know if I have any more. Let me look.
Festo.
Yes, here is one. This is
Do it
strong
again.
enough.
Jump out the window again. Jump out the window again.
Argo, how'd you get here?
That wasn't Argo's voice. That was your dad.
Clint? The powerful wizard?
Festo's dad, Clint.
There's enough charge in there for all 3 of you.
Oh my God. If Clint McElroy is in this universe, we have now finally confirmed the multiverse, the McElroy Multiverse, which we need a name for if Dad has created it, by the way. I'm going to call it, can I say
What
something?
about the Clintoris?
No, fuck off.
Oh my God.
Honestly, die forever.
Honestly,
Worst.
Travis.
No longer my brother.
Okay.
Are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the one that did it? Okay.
How about Emelverse?
The Emelverse. I love it.
The Emelsphere.
I like that. The emosphere
I'm
works. for
sorry,
me.
guys. I'm looking at the poll, and Clintoris is taken off like a
Yeah.
Clintoris? No.
Yeah.
So the name of the multiverse is the Clintoris?
Yep.
No,
Is
it's
this
not.
correct?
No, there is
Okay,
no
no.
multiverse.
There is no multiverse.
This scene is over. I've left.
I want there to be a
remains.
multiverse.
The time has come. The 3 of you have rejoined, and you are making your way towards the Godscar Chasm. Now, it's a bit of a walk, so you have some time to chat.
All right, everybody, let's check. Everyone got their good climbing shorts.
Yeah, I brought some. What exactly are we doing? And why didn't you guys wake me up when you left this morning?
Because you seemed to be doing a bit of what I will call dream stabbing, and I didn't want to sort of put my physical body in the way of that.
Well, all right. I buy that.
Let's go down the checklist. Gorp, Fearbog, that sounds like
Check.
your... Oh, you brought the Gorp?
Well, I brought the jerky.
God,
close,
it's not
right?
all... It's just you can't supplant all foods with... Fearbog, did you get the Gorp?
Argo, make a wisdom saving throw.
17 minus 1. That's a 16.
Fitzroy makes the comment that your offering of jerky is not good enough, and it rouses you for a second, but you decide to let this one go. About 20 yards from the chasm, you see someone sitting on a stump facing the gorge. It appears to be Hieronymus, specifically the weary-looking version of Hiero who looked happier as a dog.
I'm going to go ahead and use my true sight glasses charge for the day just to make sure that really, really is the real Hiero.
It's the real Hiero as far as you can tell. Hello. What are you 3 doing here?
Following up on a lead.
Oh.
But what are you doing here?
I have been trying to work up the strength to explore the Godscar Chasm, and I can't seem to manage it.
Are your legs too weak?
Not really that kind of strength, Master Fearbolg.
Your arms.
I have been meaning to talk to the three of you. I'm actually glad you're here. I wanted to apologize.
For what?
I mean, listen, I'm not going to mince words. You guys are cleaning up my mess. This fight with Gray, this battle, all of this. I started this. And you guys got roped into it. And I feel terrible.
Well, you were a dog for a long time. You think you would be used to people cleaning up your messes.
That was an excellent point, Master Fearbolg.
I have attempted to brighten your spirits with humor.
And he is smiling. That did get a smile out of him. I'm sorry that I can't do more. I'm sorry for everything. Fitzroy, Argo, and Fearbolg, the three of you stand on the precipice of the Godscar Chasm. The depths are obscured by a swirling mist. Make a perception check.
Nat 20 plus 4, 24.
You peer deeper, attempting to pierce the haze. Argo, make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit. 1.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Minus 1. So it's...
Let me help.
Go for it.
It's 0.
It's 0.
Fitzroy, you see something out of the corner of your eye. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Is this real life? Is this real life? I got a 3 plus 2 of 5.
Is this just fantasy?
You see Argo draw his blade, and you see a look in his eye. Fearbolg, make a perception check.
16 plus 8.
You see the look in his eye as well.
I'm going to thorn whip around his wrist.
I'm going to say that he is not attempting to resist, and you are not trying to hurt.
No.
So I'm going to say that is successful. You are able to grab his hand in time and stop him. But everyone is pretty unsettled by what just happened.
We've been dancing around this for a little bit, Argo, but you have not been yourself for a little bit, and and if something is bothering you on a level that you are drawing a blade on me in a threatening manner, we should probably hash this out like bros.
I wasn't drawing a blade on you. I was... Well, aren't we getting ready to go into a dangerous situation? I think I was just, freeing up my blade from a scabbard so that whatever we face down there will be ready to go. I think.
Argo, will you subject yourself to me doing a sort of brain dive into your thoughts? I'm gonna have to insist, Argo. It's. I promise I'll be gentle.
Okay, wait. How exactly is this gonna work? Because, am I gonna have some pain? Is it gonna make me sick?
Did it hurt, Fearbolg, when I did it to you?
It was not fatal.
So there you go. I mean, we're about to jump into something called the Godscar Chasm. So, it seems like you should be up for a bit of light telepathy.
Argo not keen. I am sorry. I cast Hold Person.
That's probably a fail. It's a 6 minus 1.
It's a big fail-rooski.
5.
What does Hold Person do?
Yeah, how does that manifest itself?
Yeah, you're paralyzed.
What did you just do?
I have held him.
Okay, this is...
Until we understand this.
This is a violation of my flavor.
He was to stab you.
Yeah, I thought so.
I cannot take that risk.
Listen, this is escalating wildly. Let me just pop right in there and do a little poke around, and I promise it'll be quick, okay? Okay, I touch his temples. I can read their immediate thoughts for free, but if I want to go any deeper than that, they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so his immediate thoughts help me.
Okay. Yeah, let me get deep in there then.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Another crit 1 -1. It's another 0.
Well, that's a good thing this time for you.
Yeah.
You encounter a barrier, but you push, and the barrier is of little resistance to you. And as you step forward, Gray turns to greet you. Hello, Fitzroy.
I just hit it. I just hit him with the thunder wave.
It knocks him flying about a good 10 feet. The fact that you have power here, he was not expecting that.
Okay, I yell, stop fucking cheating.
He rips another portal, but this time the whole thing kind of shatters as he does, and you are bumped out of the mind as it all kind of, the image falls apart around you, and you're back in your own thoughts. Now, Argo, this has helped you kind of regain some of your awareness. You still feel the same dark flame back deep in your mind, but it is much receded.
The realization has to be new to Argo.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Will you unparalyze me now?
I'm sure there must be a way of...
Just break your concentration.
Yeah, just think about baseball.
What is baseball? And it's broken.
Okay, Argo, bad news. You had Greg in there.
I have felt so weird for the last couple of days. I still feel a little weird. Thank you both. Did you completely chase him off? I mean, is he
I don't
gone
know,
for
man.
good,
I just did a psychic Highlander battle, and I'm sorry for cussing in your brain, but I don't know how any of this works.
Now that I know it's there, I can fight it. Does that make any sense?
Kind of.
So the plan is we're just gonna wave a magic feather and then jump over the edge of a chasm?
Yeah, I already used it once, and it was fine.
Okay.
You did put a lot of faith in that first one, huh? Okay.
Festo wouldn't do anything to hurt me.
Is this gonna work for all three of us?
Let's find out!
You float gently through the Godscar Chasm. An occasional gust of wind blows past and sets you gently spinning. Your descent is quiet, almost tranquil, at least at first. Once you pass through the swirling mist, things change, and I mean that literally. The color scheme of the chasm changes, very gradually from tans and reds to ashes and slates. You have seen this and felt this before. The whole area has the same noxious atmosphere as Gray's Hellworld. Below, you can now see a portal torn in the air. It is incredibly large. Standing before it is a large humanoid figure with opalescent skin. Their back to you. You land without a sound. They turn. Their all-white eyes twinkling. Fitzroy, Fearbulb, Argo. Oh, how I've looked forward to meeting you.
Who are you?
I've been called many names, some of them unkind. I think the one that I most identify with is Order.
Brace your asses, everyone. I got a few announcements for you. First off, I want to tell you about our virtual Candle Night special that's going to be airing December 18th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a pre-taped video spectacular, and ticket sales for it will benefit Harmony House. Tickets are on sale now for $5 with an option to give more, and you can find those at bit.ly/candlenights2021. If you can't make that date, there will be a video on demand available through January 2nd. All the shows have submitted segments for it. We're also going to have guests that we're very excited about and can't tell you about all of, but we got fun friends that have come out to support us and celebrate this beautiful holiday of our own invention. Hey, speaking of video stuff, the Zone of Adventure miniseries, Imbalance, is out now. All of it. All 3 episodes of it are out. It was DM'd by Abria Iyengar, and it's set in the Balance world. We all play characters and go on a new adventure, and it was a lot of fun. You can find it at youtube.com/The McElroy Family. Hey, we got new merch over at McElroymerch.com, including a new pin of the month, which is Steely Van, a van that is wonderful and magical. And sales for that benefit the Asian Pacific Environmental Network. We got a new sticker that says, my brother, and the man who ruined my FYP. We also have a new pin that is just the Zone of Adventure logo. It looks really rad. So check all that out. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with something next week, probably a new episode. So talk to you then. Bye.
Now, I imagine you have so many questions. I'm much more forthright than my counterpart.
So are you two like twins, or what's the deal?
Basically, we are not the same being, but we occupy the same physical space in turns.
So you two share a body, but we have only spoken to Chaos this whole time.
Yes.
How do we know we're not speaking to the other when we're speaking to you?
Chaos cannot exist currently in this plane.
No, I think I got it. Every time we've spoken to Chaos has either been in our dreams or in weird sort of alternate plane states.
We do not control who is present in existence. It depends on which state Nua is in at any given time. When the world is in flux and things are changing, chaos is summoned to shepherd the shift towards structure. And when things are secure and growing at a steady pace, it falls to me, order, to make sure that there are opportunities for transition.
Okay, I think I follow you so far. So you're telling me right now this world is heading towards a transition, and that's why you have manifest.
Well, the problem is I have been in this existence for far too long.
Things have been too chill for too long.
Too stagnant. The windows and opportunities for change have become smaller and smaller. You see, when things were run by kings and warlords, a fragment of a whisper could start a revolution. But now, all the frustration in Nua isn't enough to overcome the mountains of red tape. Change of any kind is out of the question. You yourself have found frustration in the so-called heroic oversight guild. There is nothing heroic about them.
So I kind of agree. As you said, we are in a kind of orderly state right now, and with order often comes peace. And as sort of difficult and bureaucratic as things are, I would say the land is somewhat peaceful.
Yes, but in that peace, can't you see how few opportunities for growth and change there are? What you call peace, I call stagnation. And not only that, in this system, there is also unfairness. You must have felt it. Argo, when the Commodore orchestrated your mother's assassination, was there any possible recourse for you? You against a famous naval hero, a no one? What justice could you have gotten?
No, I didn't have any options open to me.
And what about you, Master Fearbolg? If your home was threatened with destruction right this moment, do you think a single so-called hero in Nua would lift a finger to help unless they were paid?
Perhaps not.
I mean, Argo and I would help, I bet. Right, Argo?
Oh, yeah, I'd help Fearbolt.
Fitzroy. You mean Fitzroy the villain?
Oh, well, I don't really subscribe to labels.
Oh, Fitzroy, you more than any should see my point. What chance do you have in this world? You have so much fire in your heart and the true desire to make something of yourself. But in the eyes of this superficial world, you had so little to offer.
Yeah, I'm for sure picking up what you're putting down, Order, but it's hard for me to make that call for everyone. What are you suggesting we do?
This system is like a bone that has healed crooked. And the only way to fix it is to break it again. That is why, 50 years ago, Chaos and I began working together to put a drastic plan in motion. If the people want an epic battle between a hero and a villain, that is what we will give them. Now, the villain was easy. Gray is desire incarnate, and what he most desires is conflict. Now, the hero was harder. Then, we found a half-elf who truly desired the things we could offer. Fame, power, influence. These things were ours to give, but he lacked the moral fortitude of a true hero. Then, a stroke of genius. Why not a team? A passionate half-elf, plus a lonely firbolg, plus a Genasi sailor in need of a captain, equals one perfect hero. Once more, it took very little guidance. A firbolg wandering the woods turns left instead of right. For the Genasi, adrift in life, all it took was an ad for a sidekick school for a plan to form. You, Fitzroy, you were a little tougher. You had already started down the path towards what you thought you wanted. It was the wrong path, but you just couldn't see it. The potential for magic was already dormant within you. All you needed was fuel. Fuel that chaos could provide.
Great.
So our entire lives have been completely manipulated by you.
No, only tiny decisions in the last year or two to make sure you were all where we needed you to be.
And where you need us to be is a battlefield, waging war against Gray. Am I reading that correctly?
Fitzroy, you are thinking far too small. The third part of the plan, it begins here, and they gesture towards the portal. I found this weak spot between planes 50 years ago. And after all this time, it's almost ready. In a few months, reality will tear, and this plane and the hell plane will merge. A truly epic battle will rage, and the destruction will be incalculable. But when the dust settles, you and yours will be triumphant. The planes will be separated once more, and you will begin to rebuild not as Sir Fitzroy, Argonaut, and the Lonely Firbolg, but as the Thunder King, the Kraken, and the Firbolg welcomed home. Now, many will die.
There it is.
I saw this coming.
The land soaked with their blood will be fertile fields in which to sow a new society. Wilder.
You know this sort of language is challenging.
There's gotta be another way, though, huh? Is the future that you see going to befall us, no matter what?
It is the future I am creating.
Oh, I understand, but your solution, Order, assigns a value to a great many number of people, and that number is 0 because they're going to die for the future that you want. You seem like a very powerful thing, but I do not think that empathy is your strong suit.
No, Fitzroy. You are unwilling to make the sacrifice needed to save this world.
Let me ask one question. Does Gray know that this is the ultimate big plan?
Gray knows that he gets a war. That's all he's been promised. The three of you must be left standing at the end of this.
That's not even, up for debate.
I understand that this will take you some time to accept as an inevitability. Until that time, I can't have you in the way. and they hold out their hand, and Fitzroy, flecks of blue light raise from your skin, and they pull towards Order's hand until none are left. And you realize in that moment that you had grown accustomed to the background perceiving of magic, but now it's gone.
You dink. I mean, I immediately try and cast a spell. I immediately cast Prestidigitation.
Nothing happens. So if you will excuse me. And you are no longer at the bottom of the Godscar Chasm. You are back at the surface, at the ground level above it. Except it's gone, and the ground is sealed over.
The entire chasm.
Yes.
Fuck.
So my conception of this, the way I understand our current scenario, is that Order wants a break, Chaos wants to take over. They are agreed in that front, as near as we can tell. They want to start a war, and so now we are drawn into this conflict where we must basically fight against Gray to create chaos. Is that a fair summation?
I mean, the broader, more abstract idea is that all they want is for the world to change. And the way that they have devised doing it in a spectacular fashion is a war that will tear the seams between realities. I imagine a transformation of some sort will be sufficient.
Think of chaos and order as like a thermometer, right? A thermometer isn't making it hot or cold, but you can look and see where the thermometer is at to see what the state of being is. And the way it sounded from the way Order described the plan was that perhaps more than manipulating, it's more that in the past, they haven't taken an active role, and now they are being very active in the proceedings.
Because of how stagnant it has gotten.
Because of how stagnant
I understand that. Okay.
Like, Order doesn't have the same sort of human motivations that we would have towards these forces. It's just, it's time. So, I mean, it feels like if the sun hadn't risen for several years and it was trying to rise, it's not like it needs to or wants to. The moon would want it to rise too, because that's just the natural order.
Right. I got that. Yeah, I agree with you.
The sun and the moon is a good way to think of it.
I would like just a few minutes of in character so we can sort of take our individual temperatures. I would like to know where we all stand, if that's cool by you guys.
Sure, of course.
This is what I cannot understand. Why should we do this? What do we care? If we don't fight Gray, people will die. If we fought Gray, people will die.
Well, I mean, I've been pretty adamantly team not war.
But if we kill Gray, then a new villain will rise to take Gray's place. No?
Yes.
There will never be a shortage of people that would destroy to raise themselves up.
Oh, God. All of a sudden, the war seems so inconsequential, because I think our mission parameters have changed yet again.
But there has to be some reason they got us involved. Why go through all this if they have the power to just say, okay, boom, it's changed? They have to have agents that they're using.
The reason, Argo, that they chose us is because we would win.
But it sounds, what choice do we have?
We have one choice. If we refuse, then they will find another hero. If we kill Gray, they will find another villain. The cycle will continue. If we want the violence, the threat of war, all of it to be extinguished, we must provide that change in a peaceful way.
Professional sports.
No.
No.
No. Okay. Thought I had something there for a minute. Oh, boy.
We must destroy the economy.
Yes, it's something along those lines.
We must destroy capitalism and instill a form of socialist change.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about that. It doesn't.
This is what we will do. On my very first day at this school, I tried to learn accounting and I wished that math would be destroyed. And now I have realized I should have listened to my instincts all along.
Hey, I just wanted to jump in before anybody tweets at me. This wasn't my plan. It wasn't like, Travis created all of graduation.
There's a
destroy capitalism.
There's a golden dragon named capitalism. We have to go and kill it.
There's no embodiment of the system that we can bury a dagger in. We must destroy the system itself. That is how we prevent the war. We dismantle the system.
Yeah.
We begin with the Heroic Oversight Guild. And once it has been dismantled, we move on to the next.
I think we might be standing in what comes next.
Yes. This will be the second home that I have lost. But perhaps it will prevent all others from losing their home as well.
Argo, you're being very quiet right now.
Listen, I think it makes sense.
It is certainly more appealing to me than a large-scale battle. We replace the system with something that treasures all above coin. When Order spoke against this system, my heart was pained. But I have forgotten my nature. We have all forgotten our nature. You, Fitzroy, you are not someone who needs advancement to prove your worth. Not anymore. No, Fitzroy, you're a wild boy. You're a wild boy who can change everything with your magic you cannot control.
I don't have it anymore. I don't.
If they wish incredible change, then they will find it in a wild boy and a firbolg that has no use for money and a pirate that seems to only want vengeance.
We can't tell the unbroken chain. We can't tell anyone.
No, we have been manipulated to this point. Now we shall be the ones pulling the strings.
May I make a wild and crazy suggestion?
This is the watchword today, my friend.
All right. We're talking about so far. 1, blowing up the guild. 2, blowing up the school. So...
3, blowing up the economy.
Yeah, top that.
Okay, then we need... It's going to be really tough for just the 3 of us to do it. But I know somebody who might be able to give us an aid.
I do too, and if we're thinking about the same person, that's going to be really cool. And if it's
I
not...
doubt it, because you and I have never had the same idea.
Well, let's just do it on the count of 3. And then we'll say 1, 2, 3, and then say it after 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Prince Gray.
There! I'll be damned. Hey, you want to sow chaos? You want to tear stuff up? You want to mess up systems? Get a bunch of demons to do it with you. There'll still be chaos. He'll get what he wants.
But more than that, we have a pretty significant bargaining chip that we can finally leverage against that big douche.
What's this?
He's gonna lose. Let's report to the principal's office.
The 3 of you approach Hieronymus's office. You are being hit by waves of pure, white-hot rage. They're not directed at you. They're simply radiating out from where you are approaching. And just as you realize this, you hear a roar, and all 3 of you make a strength saving throw.
Oh, baby. That's a 16 plus 7, 23.
19 plus 1,
Fuck.
20. Dirty 20.
19 plus 2, 21.
The three of you feel a pull towards the room, but you're able to resist it by bracing your feet and grabbing the walls. But clearly, Gray wants to talk to you just about as much as you want to talk to him.
I knock tenderly on the bad door.
The door doesn't take much. It's barely on there, and so you knock and it falls inwards, revealing the room that was formerly Hieronymus's office has now been corrupted by decades of Gray's presence. It's as much like his hell dimension as the dimension itself. However, it is also trashed. There's destruction everywhere, and in the center of the destruction is Gray. Gone is any resemblance to Hieronymus. He towers over the three of you, his wet slate-patterned skin pulled tight over unnatural muscles. Long, obsidian talons flex at the end of disturbingly thin fingers. His eyes are filled with hatred, and they are focused on you, Fitzroy. And he says, "You did this."
What did I... What? I just got here. I just came up the stairs.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
15 plus 2, 17.
A piece of furniture smashes into your shoulder and does 4 points of damage as you dodge out of the way. He says, "You use that magic to bar me from my home, and you come here to what? To gloat? I will kill you, Fitzroy."
Wait. I think we did know that was going to happen, but Gray, I'll be honest, I did not even think about the side effect that you would not be able to go home to hell. The good news is you're here in the, the material world, and we got lots of good stuff up here, baby. We got crepes. We got music, poetry.
All three of you make dexterity saving throws.
I did not think that would be a particularly persuasive argument. Now we're talking 5 plus 2, 7.
I got 7 plus 2, 9.
I got 14 plus 8, so that's 22.
Okay, so Fearbolg and Fitzroy, rubble that has broken off of the walls slams into you, knocking you to your feet for 11 damage.
Okay.
You, Argo, are able to dodge out of the way, just barely taking 0 points of damage. How dare you come in here and gloat and make flippant jokes?
I notice your rage has extended beyond Fitzroy.
Can you do me a favor, Gray? I know you're pretty peeved right now. Take a real good, long look at me.
And Gray walks over and says, "Much obliged," and picks you up and brings you face to face with him so that you are dangling in the air now. And just as it seems like he is about to snap your face with his pointed fangs, he stops and stares at you and looks closer and pulls you close and says, "Where is the chaos?"
I don't have it anymore.
Then how did you block me from my home? What ritual, what spell, what powerful god have you partnered with?
Oh, none of those things. Can you hold this for me? And I hold out the ring of truth. And it's not a trap or anything. It's a truth ring. And I want you to know that I'm not lying because I really, really need you to hear what I'm saying, Gray.
Fearbolg, is it a trap?
It is not a trap.
He puts on the ring.
You're a pawn, but don't take that so bad because, we all are. And by we, I mean basically every living person. This is the part that is particularly important for you, Gray. And I really need you to hear this and know I am not lying. You are going to lose. I don't know how, but you're going to lose.
You think I am going to lose because of some masterful strategy you have?
Oh, no.
Or you know I'm going to lose?
You're going to lose because that's part of the plan. Not my plan, the plan of the actual embodiment of chaos and order. And we don't want to be on that path, and we're assuming that you now super don't want to be on that path.
If this war goes forward, I will lose.
You will lose, and hell will be the dominion of the winners, which I guess is us. You lose everything.
I don't know what I would do with hell.
So, if I wanted to avoid that fate, all I have to do is kill you now.
Damn it.
If you do that, you're never going home.
Explain.
I mean, who do you think allowed the barrier between our worlds to be pierced?
Why would chaos and order lock me from my home?
I'm going to be straight with you. I don't think they care about you at all. So where you end up, whether you live or die, it's not necessarily the most important thing to them.
The players are getting played, my friend.
Yep. What he said.
I am going to destroy them.
I would caution you, Gray. They have the advantage of infinite intelligence and time. The only way you are going to change this now is to be very, very smart.
Master Firbolg, I am a prince of hell. Do you think I need advice from a child? And he turns in a rage and continues to demolish the room. But the one thing he is not attacking, notably, is the three of you. And after he turns huffing and says, "Why come to me? You have no reason to come to me. Explain to me why I shouldn't hurl you out of the window."
Have you ever heard the phrase, the enemy of my enemy is my tenuous, extremely tenuous associate? Because I think that's an arrangement we could come to. We have an idea that could potentially satisfy chaos and order's desires. It will not involve much bloodshed.
I don't like that.
I assumed that you wouldn't, but you help us, and we go back to our own planes, and that's the end of the story. What we are doing will have opportunities to bring unimaginable harm against innocent people of this realm. And I have to make this explicitly clear. Our goal is not to harm people as much as it is to harm certain institutions. Before we have any kind of agreement between the two of us, we need to know that you will not bring unnecessary harm to anyone. Because if you do, we'll find some way to beat you, because we have it on pretty good order that that is a thing that is possible for us.
Define unnecessary.
Okay, like if we wanted to, like, I don't know, destroy a building or something, we would probably...
I'd blow it up.
Yes.
Well,
but
okay.
But think about what you just said and say it back again.
Before you blow it up, you would...
Probably plant some kind of charges or detonator or plan the spell ahead of time.
Inside the building.
Oh, is there treasure?
Sort of like a treasure of life, you know?
God's treasure.
God's... So, you're almost there, and I feel like we could walk you there eventually, but just to cut to the point, you would evacuate the building first.
So just to clarify.
Yep.
In your plan, I get to cause destruction, but not death.
Yeah.
I will agree to your terms on one condition. Part of your plan must include getting me access to my hell dimension.
I have a condition for that condition. That gateway, whatever it ends up being, is going to be one way. And I hold out my hand.
And I get my notary stamp ready.
I think we can come to an agreement. And he shakes your hand. And he turns back and he says, "So, what's the plan?"
Damn, we hoped you would have.
Yeah.
We're doing a little coalition building, so we'll get back to you on that plan once we know what we'll be able to achieve.
If I may offer a suggestion.
What you
when
got?
you say institution,
Yes.
I assume you are referring to the institution, the Heroic Oversight Guild. Am
Dang.
I wrong?
You cracked the code.
While I may not be able to open a rift back to my dimension, I can still open rifts between locations in this dimension. I can send you to the Heroic Oversight Guild and save you 2 weeks of travel.
This is very kind of you. Thank you very much.
See, already contributed.
Get the fuck out of my office.
Yep.
And we do.
Yep.
Okay.
And I try to shut the door on the way out, but it's still all broken.
It just falls the other way.
So I just very gently set it back down.
So you now have some time to get your shit together before heading to the HQ of the Heroic Oversight Guild.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is going to be a reconnaissance sort of exploration. Are we on the same page about that? Like, this is not us walking through the final door to...
I think
If we're going to go there,
Yeah.
we're not going to have an easy way back. We should talk to Althea, though.
That's what I think.
I assume she'll be our sort of contact on the ground. I'd like to see Festo to talk about my missing skill set.
Let's start there. So, as you're heading back to your dorms, the three of you are heading that way, and you, Fitzroy, see Festo in the fantasy quad, and it appears that they are playing with a tiny hacky sack.
Sweet sacking, bro.
Thank you.
I'm known to sack around.
Oh, yeah? Let's
Yeah.
sack, bro.
Then we sack for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hey, real quick before you go.
Yes?
I imagine we're like sitting in the shade of a tree as I like rub the sweat off my
post-sack,
forehead. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to come as probably quite a shock to you. I lost my powers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, see? Yes, I found out.
Snippers!
Yeah, that was my first thought for sure, too, and it weighs heavy on my heart, soul, and stomach. But I found my patron of magic, and they sort of cut me off. I can't do magic anymore, Festo. And
Well, just use your own magic.
I don't have sort of my own brand.
Well, I've been thinking about it. What you
Yeah.
said about using magic in the crypt, and without your own source of magic, you wouldn't have been able to. So just use your own magic.
I don't really know how to do that, Festo.
Close your eyes, clear your mind, and just cast.
I was able to cast magic in the crypt with my own magic, and I just did it naturally because I didn't know that I didn't have the chaos magic.
Yeah.
Okay, but how do I get my brain back in that space? Like, now I know I don't...
dude.
This is, Festo, this is the least helpful you've ever been.
Well, as a fairy, my magic is natural. I don't think about. I've never had to worry about it.
Right.
I don't know how to access my own magic. I mean,
All right.
I was having some morning dew before my hacky sack, and that's what I call whiskey.
Okay. All right, Festo, I guess I'll try and find the magic within me. I thought I already did that, but I guess I only made it down to, like, my torso. I'll dig down deeper. Maybe there's something
Okay.
in my, like, lower thigh that's like,
Close
ooh,
your
there it
eyes.
is. Yep.
Clear your mind. Take a breath. Are you ready?
Yep.
And cast. Roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. Not great. That is a 5 plus 4, a 9.
You close your eyes. You clear your mind. When you open your eyes, you feel a little tickle on your hand. And you look down, and on the palm of your hand, there's a tiny spectral crab. Very small, about the size of a spider. But you'd know it anywhere. It's a tiny Snippers.
Oh my
with
god.
a different color. What color is your magic, Fitzroy?
Golden.
A tiny golden spectral crab, and it scuttles in your hand back and forth and waves its crabby claws in the air as if saying hello.
Are you the same Snippers as before? Okay, my sweet son. I didn't think you could get any more adorable and perfect, and yet here you are.
So I guess just keep practicing that?
Yeah. And I guess
So-
I'll start working on fireballs and stuff too.
So moving forward, whenever you wish to cast a spell,
You must be slapped in
you
the
must be
head.
slapped. No, you're going to roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier, and anything that you can think of that would help Fitzroy to clear his mind and do anything like that will grant you bonuses and advantage and anything like that.
Cool.
But it's going to be all about Fitzroy learning to deal with his anxieties and his blocks and everything.
For sure.
And conquer the magic within.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So, you make your way back to Gray's office, and he says, when you arrive in Prosperity, look for a tall, black-haired woman named Taryn. She is one of my moles within the Heroic Oversight Guild. Tell her I sent you, and she will help you in whatever way she can. And he rips a rift in the air and gestures you towards it. Any day now, fellas.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
Oh, of course. And we leap through the portal.
Welcome to the City of Prosperity. The streets are not paved with gold. The lamppost, street signs, and mailbox are, however, gold-plated. You emerge just inside a cafe. The sign on the window reads, The Drip and Sip. Across the street, you see an ostentatious building. The platinum lettering over the entry confirms that this is the Heroic Oversight Guild's main headquarters. Inside the Drip and Sip, there are only two others. There's the halfling barista, bustling around and cleaning the counters. Standing at one of the high-top tables is a tall centaur woman with long black hair. She seems so familiar, and when she looks up and makes eye contact with you, you immediately realize why. She was one of the centaurs of the Scarlet Woods. Fitzroy and Argo, you now remember her clearly. She was always near Calhane. And you put together that she must have been connected to Calhane in some way, and her eyes go wide, and then they narrow, and she pushes past you into the street, and she yells, Guards! Help!
No.
Murderers!
No.
And you see several helmeted heads turn and make their way towards you.
We're not. Oh, beans.
We should have gotten knives.